Is there any reason to get your dog's ears cut besides cosmetic reasons? It was for working dogs, but now it's mostly cosmetic. I only know of cats' ears being clipped to tell if they've been fixed, usually rescue cats. Unless there's a health problem, I don't why you would do that to a dog. If your dog is a livestock guardian, it makes it harder for wild animals to get a hold of their ears and drag them around. Totally unnecessary. People used to do it for dogs that were active fight dogs or hunting some types of large game. In today's world, there's no need. Ear cropping is mostly cosmetic. It is not necessary at all. As a pup, none whatsoever. It serves no protective health purposes and is purely cosmetic. Why it isn't banned everywhere is mind-boggling. It is very occasionally done after an injury, for example to remove damaged tissue or a cancer. But even then the times it's needed are rare, and it would just be one damaged ear, not both. For working dogs, the rate of ear injuries isn't that much higher than pet dogs to justify it. It's never permitted in the UK, whilst tail docking is for working dogs only, as there is some evidence that that is useful preventatively. Even this is debated. It was started for fighting dogs rather than livestock hunting dogs, and for guard dogs to make them look tougher. All the breeds you see it commonly in today just follow on from this: bullies, Dobermans, etc. I was a bit disappointed in our vet when I saw a Doberman leaving his establishment having been cropped. I guess I thought he would talk people out of it. SMH. No. Painful keloids and cancers. I met a cane corso a couple weeks ago who had been docked and cropped. He was a gorgeous brindle and looked mean as hell. The tiny ears, well, I don't know how to describe how they added to his ferociousness. But he was a delightful pussycat. Just today, while watching Girl with Dogs YouTube grooming video, she had a cane on who looked so different than the one I met since he had his ears. I couldn't believe the difference. These dogs don't fight and neither work cattle or sheep, so their ears don't need to be cropped. IMO. Pithics crave violence. There are legit reasons. Medical conditions and also working dogs who may get them trapped or bitten, terriers doing rat control for example, or farm dogs around machinery. It's thankfully been banned in the UK unless a vet agrees it would be better for the dog. It's now thankfully illegal in my country along with tail docking. I find it distressing how many pups have it done, especially with the rise in American bully type dogs, as they all underwent this surgery without any veterinary care, most likely done with kitchen scissors and alcohol. It's only to make them look hard, or even worse, to prep them for a life of illegal fighting. Traditionally, dogs that work on farms herding sheep, etc. will get their ears cropped and their tails docked for their own protection. A clean cut under anesthesia in a sterile environment is a lot safer and kinder than getting their ears or tail ripped off because a wolf grabbed hold of them. It can save their life. If you're not going to be giving your dog that type of job though, there is no reason aside from aesthetic breed standards to do this. No. The only reason to crop a dog's ear is post-injury, not for hypothetical injuries. I live in a country where cropping and docking is illegal, so it's very rare to see cropping, and I've only seen docked tails post-injury. It can be very hard for a cropped and docked dog to communicate with other dogs and to people, because ear and tail placement is vital body language that dogs use to communicate to other dogs and for people to see if they are scared, hostile, or excited, approachable. No. There are some dogs whose long floppy ears can be prone to skin infections. Ever see a basset hound drink from a bowl? The ears go in the water. Sometimes not always. The constant moisture and dirt from being dragged on the ground can lead to infections. Working livestock guardian dogs often have their ears cropped because they would otherwise likely be ripped off fighting predators when defending their flock. https://images.app.gu.glz3fmr1v72jz wic3r9. Livestock guardian dogs get their ears and sometimes tails docked, so there's less for aggressive animals to grab onto in a fight. Other than that, I don't know of many reasons.